It's going to be a windy one across West Michigan this morning as we continue to see wind gusts pick up. Storm Team 8 has been tracking the storm and the winter mix it's expected to bring with it, which could mean some problems as you head out on the road ahead of your holiday commute. Matt Kirkwood is tracking just how high those winds are supposed to reach, and Tom Hillen is live in Hudsonville with more on those windy conditions. But first, Terry DeBoer is tracking some much colder weather. Terry?
That's right. The colder air is settling in. You know, yesterday we were on the front side of this storm system, so we had mainly a rain event. Pavement stayed wet on area roads, and many places picked up between a ½ inch to an inch of rain. Had that been snow, we'd be talking 6 to 10 inches of fresh snow on the ground, but it was rain at that point. Right now, we're watching the changeover occur, rain changing over to snow showers here. Storm Track Live radar showing you the circulation here, and that colder air really starting to pivot into the area right now. So through the next several hours, we're going to continue to notice that snow come together here in West Michigan. It'll start to accumulate just a little bit, but you can see the majority of the moisture has shifted eastward now. So we had a lot of this moisture fall as rain instead of snow, and so across central and southern lower Michigan, it was a rain changing to snow event, so only a couple of inches of snow at the very most today. You can see, though, we're concerned about temperatures this morning. Temps are at or just a little bit above the freezing mark. We're at 33 in Alma, 32 Fremont, Big Rapids, Mount Pleasant, 34 in Grand Rapids, 33 now in Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, and Coldwater, and in the 30s along the lakeshore as well. So what's going to be happening today? Temperatures are going to hold in the low 30s. We'll see gusty winds, scattered snow showers, and possibly even some really icy pavement developing, especially on the secondary and side roads. So again, that's a big part of the equation. If your kids do have school today, heavy coats, gloves, and hats, a great combination as temps hold in the teens to near 20 degrees for most of the day today. Winds are a huge part of the weather story today, and they'll continue to ramp up here over the next several hours. We've got meteorologist Matt Kirkwood tracking that part of the story. Matt.
Yeah, the wind is really the main aspect with this storm system for us. Northern parts of the state, other side of the lake, they got hammered with the snow. Now, the winds will continue to increase this afternoon, and believe me, just since I've been out here the past 5-10 minutes, the wind is starting to pick up right out of the northwest. You can see the snow falling in front of the camera, but it's not real heavy snow. So that's one good, or actually two good things about this system. The snow is not going to be very heavy, about 1 to 2 inches at the most, and the snow is kind of wet, so it's not going to blow around very good. But I do expect with these winds increasing quite a bit. Let's take a look at how fast they are right now. Most areas right now between 15 and 25 miles an hour sustained. And as we take a look at some of those peak wind gusts, I'd like to head to the other side of the lake, because now the area of low pressure is now just moving away from us, and the winds will continue to increase right on through later in the morning and into the early afternoon. Notice that 41 in Chicago, 33 in the Milwaukee area, and 37 up there in the Green Bay area. So those winds will start shifting eastward, and this is what we can expect, a peak of the winds, I think, right around 10 o'clock in the morning to around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sustained winds right around 30 miles an hour or even greater, and we will see some gusts up around 50 in inland areas, and possibly even a little bit higher than that right along the lake shore. So yeah, we have to deal with the snow, and I do expect a few slippery roads out there, but the good news is this weekend and right into Christmas, traveling looks good, and Terry's going to have that with the 8-day coming up soon.
Thank you, Matt. We continue our team coverage this morning a little closer to the lake shore. 24-hour News 8's Tom Hillen is live in Hudsonville right now. Tom, what are you seeing out there this morning?
Well, as Terry and Matt were both talking about that wind, it really smacks you in the face this morning. And we've been out here since about 4:30 or so this morning. I can tell you that wind has definitely picked up in between then and now. I want to show you what the snow situation is. If you look here on the ground, it is starting to accumulate a little bit here in the grassy areas. But I can tell you, in the parking lot we're right off of and the highway I can see from where we are, so far not accumulating on the roads. Taking a closer look now across the street at the Todd Wenzel Chevrolet dealership right there, you can look at that flag, the way that it is whipping in the wind right now. You can also see how much this snow is blowing at the time too. And take a look at the cars as well, completely covered in snow at this point. So if you parked outside overnight, Give yourself some extra time as far as brushing your car off, because it looks like you're going to have to do that as well. Now, as far as the road conditions go on our way out here, mostly just wet. Didn't really run into any slick spots yet. However, that can rapidly change as the snow progresses and the wind progresses throughout the day. I can tell you that we did see crews out there treating the roads, so winter crews or road crews are out there working to make sure that they are clear for you. But most definitely give yourself some extra time this morning, because these conditions are not what we're used to so far this year as winter goes. We're going to stay out here in Hudsonville monitoring the situation. We'll check back in with you in about a half hour. For now, we're live in Hudsonville. Tom Hillen, 24-Hour News 8.
We're also tracking some power outages this morning. Right now, 157 customers in Kent County are without power. In Montcalm County, 65 customers are in the dark.